Can you hear me now? Testing 1 2 3, 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 testing 1 2 3. Okay, good. Oh man, I had the last live stream was a bit last live stream was a reality check for me, and I may be on the verge of losing my audience that I built up because of my format, being a VTuber and all of that. You know, basically this one viewer made me feel worried that if I don't switch to IRL format that a couple of viewers made me worried that if I don't switch to IRL format that basically I'm going to lose what I've built up. Or what was. Anyhow, the people that came in, it kind of put me on edge a bit because I was never ready to do IRL. It was never really much of a consideration. I considered it a little bit, but it was never really much of a consideration. And I know this one viewer basically wanted me to do IRL like immediately, like tonight. I was getting pressured like, oh, I want to see your costume right now. Like, there was claims being made about getting 10,000 subs overnight if I do IRL. Like, I'm not, like, that's really hard to believe. Like, I don't believe that, really. I don't believe that. But it's just a lot of pressure, and I feel that sometimes my audience is getting a lot more demanding, and I had to balance my life and my responsibilities with this like I've always done in the past. I can make some changes. I mean, I'm not working anymore, but I still have responsibilities and I still have a life. I still have things going on outside of this. But I also feel like I'm questioning my life and my decisions that I've made because I never allowed room for the whole IRL thing earlier, really. I never allowed much room for that. And my audience might go before I can actually do it. Like, my audience might lose patience and just leave or something. But I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully I'm just having a moment. Last stream was getting kind of depressing. I didn't like the way the last stream was going. But I understand people getting bored and things being repetitive. I get that. I get that. I understand, but it's just yeah, and I was told I might be dropped off of the Rent-Free Live network, because my viewers are being low and all that, but oh, I see a new chat on Kick. Yeah, my content partner told me who cares, who gives a shit. Basically, if I get dropped, who cares, who gives a shit. I kind of in the mood for organ music, dark organ music, because I think that this audience that has tuned in to watch me is going to drop out. Every single time I've had an audience, they go. Nobody stays for a while, but then new people come in. Nobody stays long term. and then like new people come in, and I feel like I'm maybe on the verge of losing the audience that had just come in. But this is why I stream on multiple platforms at the same time. Yeah. It's weird because I'm a VTuber and they like IRL people, so I still don't fully understand. Like, I understand the trolling part, but the fact that they decided that, like, oh, they actually like me, like, I don't get it. So anyhow, how are you doing? I only decided to continue because I know I'm going to be up for a little while long because I need to apply for a job. I'm in the mood for some bending or mind-melting metal. Hi, how's it going? How you doing? You're... Oh. I've had kind of a draining night a little bit. My last stream was getting kind of... I don't know if negative is the right word, but it was just kind of depressing. The last stream was being pressed to do in real life content, and basically every time I stream do VR content, but I just don't have room for that in my schedule right now. I'm not ready to just do IRL content like instantaneously. I'm in the process, but I'm concerned that the audience that have come to tune into my streams, they're not going to be patient. They're just going to leave, probably. They could just leave, I guess. That's why I posted a poll if people would still watch me in this format. But I've been doing this format for years. I mean, I've been live streaming for years. I mean, and I have a lot of people go in and out, in and out, in and out. Like, so, yeah, you know, I basically realized that I can't take this too seriously, and to some extent I need to not give a shit. Because I can't make everybody happy. In fact, I'm not going to make a lot of people happy, so... Yeah, I'm trying to apply for a job basically right now, and I'm gonna throw it bed. Probably. Yeah, I kind of feel like I've had a heavy weight on my shoulders with everything I've been dealing with in regards to these chats and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that makes me feel good, but then there's things that make me feel bad. Yeah, trying to apply for this job, man. Oh. Why you started streaming? I just wanted to see if people come in and talk to me, that's all. You know, I just wanted to see what would happen. Yeah, I mean, I started this as, like, I would stream while doing homework, you know, to kind of, like, make the mundane tasks a little bit less boring, you know, and to interact with people, basically. So, I'm still kind of, I'm continuing that legacy now, basically. So I usually do things while streaming, like cleaning my room, or in the past it was a lot of homework. Now I'm streaming while, like, applying to jobs and stuff like that, you know. So that's what I had always done. But yeah, I kind of know what you and everybody else has been getting at, really. I mean, if you want to see me doing something more interesting, you should tune into a broadcast where I put VR in the title, I put games in the title. I mean, I hope to start doing games soon. I will admit I would have started being able to do more gaming content earlier if it weren't for my whole entire new audience that I was dealing with. or had my hands full with that, so I haven't been able to do that already, and also favoring the whole VR content, you know. I haven't been able to do that already, but I know the clock is ticking on that. I should do that soon because, yeah, I mean, a lot of people are probably gonna leave, so I probably should do that soon, but I don't know if I could do it soon enough. Basically, the problem that I have is the stream gets like very boring if I don't have an active chat. It's very boring if I don't have an active chat. It's Subway Surface gameplay below you. Huh? Oh. Well, okay, I think I know. Okay, so maybe I could open up a window with a gameplay, but a game that's not like super involved if I'm multitasking, like a role-playing game or something like. I don't know how involved Subway Surfers is, yeah, because I know this format is really bad. I've had a lot of complaints about this format. Last broadcast, a lot of people were complaining about this format. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that'll help me, like, because, if I'm multitasking, I'm not going to be able to do, a game that's really involved, but I'd be able to go back and forth with, like, a roleplay game or something like that that's less involved. That's a good idea. I'm joking. Oh, okay. Okay. I couldn't even tell you you're joking. my big chats have been driving me nuts to some extent. I feel like I'm losing my mind. To an extent, I feel like I'm losing my mind, especially after the last stream. Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. But yeah, that's something, I just got an idea. Maybe I could try that. Maybe I could try that. There's some roleplay games that may be a little bit, less involved, and I could go back and forth to that. So, because the problem is this format is just really boring. It is really, really boring. Yeah, I could maybe try multitasking with a video game in the future. Yeah, that might actually be a good idea, because this format is like so boring. People are just like, this format is like the most boring, bland shit. This is like the most boring, bland shit, this format. I need something to like spice it up a bit. I just sit here like staring at my resume. I remember one game, what game? I'm editing a resume for a position that I've never applied to before, and the resume is not that well adapted to the position. I could do it. It's something to do with video editing. I could do it. I'm very good at video editing. I have years of experience, so I'm just trying to reformat my resume here to kind of like align with that. And I have to apply for certain positions I basically have to apply for certain positions to continue collecting unemployment insurance, and I have to like show proof that I did. And it's now Sunday morning, so I have to like fulfill this requirement. I don't know what kind of stream I'm gonna do tomorrow. There's a chance I may do a VR stream tomorrow, because I'm trying to see if I could do that once a week. If I don't do a VR stream tomorrow, that means that I will not have done one this week. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I'm just trying to get this requirement taken care of, because I know that I need this requirement to certify for unemployment. But I think that, yeah, seriously considering like there should be games that are a little less involved that I could like multitask on the side. But I have a lot of retro games because I got oh yeah, Retro Gaming Plus. Yes, there's a retro gaming store nearby me in Los Angeles, and I got a lot of retro games, but I need virtual machines to play them. I need multiple virtual machines to play them, which that takes some time to set up. And I recently set up this Micro Center gaming PC, and I had been focusing on my broadcasting format and everything like that. But maybe a good time soon to like take some time to set up that virtual machine with Windows XP and 98 and all that, and get into some of the retro games that I have, because I know some of those games are like interactive roleplay stuff. I bought a lot of retro interactive horror games like Dracula Resurrection, and I have the original version of these games. It's not a Steam download. I got the freaking CD. I got the CD. So I got the original games. And that's something that's collectible and sought after. A lot of retro gaming enthusiasts love that stuff. So, yeah, I might be able to pick up some Steam with like retro gaming on the side or something like that. Through, I can do a live stream like this, but play a game on the side that's a little less involved. Something that's not going to like be like, oh yeah, you, game over if you don't interact with it. I mean, Cyberpunk, to an extent, you can do that with Cyberpunk, but it'll actually show a pop-up saying like you've left the game for too long. I remember, I think Apex Legends had done that to me too. But Cyberpunk might be like one, Cyberpunk I could probably play that off on the side. I can open and close that window, and yeah, I could do that on the side. I realize like this format is like dry as shit. It's just as dry as shit and is really repetitive. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know if like World of Warcraft would be like some kind of roleplay game I could do on the side and I could pause it and come back. What did you think about Rusty's retirement? Oh, I haven't heard of that. I gotta look that up. I haven't heard of that. Now I'm starting to get more into a positive frame of mind, because I was in a very negative frame of mind when I started this stream, because someone had just got done. A few people have warned me, saying that if I don't change things up here, that it's gonna be downhill for me if I don't change things up. So I was in a very negative frame of mind when I started this broadcast. In fact, as I renamed this broadcast to the shit stream. Rusty's retirement. Oh, I see. This is a game, huh? Yeah, because I don't play much games. Part of the problem was I didn't really grow up with video games because I was sheltered. I didn't really have access to that stuff. So I didn't get a chance to get addicted to gaming. I didn't get a chance to get hooked on gaming. Oh. Oh, Rusty's retirement. It's a game for people like me who multitask and... Oh my god, okay, this is actually... yeah. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Oh, yes. Yes, this sounds really good. Yes. I just wish it fit in more of my dungeon aesthetic or D&D aesthetic. That's my only gripe, but... Oh, this is perfect. Rusty's retirement. This is perfect. Oh, this is perfect. Yes. Oh, this is an excellent suggestion. This is perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. I just gotta download it and install it. Yeah, probably not tonight because I'm like half asleep, but yeah, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Oh, that's nice. I just got so excited. Now I'm in a more positive frame of mind. This is good. Oh, it's an idle game. Yeah, I need to do like idle games on here. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to do idle games. Yeah, that will really help. That will help me, yes. Yes, that will help. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I have a AI workstation gaming PC, so I don't have to worry about it hogging resources or anything like that. I don't have to worry about in-game really hogging too much resources if I leave it idle or put it off to the side. It's a super powerful computer. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Because I'm like, when am I gonna play video games? When is it gonna happen? I just like never get a chance. It's like, I'm like, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? I realized that I can click the pause button and leave games idle. I'm like, aha, I figured this out. The light bulb went on in my head. I just had an epiphany because I always like, am like, I'm a workaholic, okay? I'm a workaholic. I need to tell everybody I'm a workaholic. I'm a workaholic. That's why I find it hard to like actually like, take some time to play a game or something like this. I'm a workaholic. I'm a crazy workaholic, man. That's why I have like a really high GPA, and I had a really high GPA. I had like a 4.0 GPA while working because of a crazy workaholic. I became a workaholic type in college and at some point in high school because I was just so sheltered and never had access to games. I know that if I had access to games and gaming, I would have become addicted. I would have become hooked. I know I would have. Because I have kind of an addictive personality. I would have totally become addicted. But I never had a chance to because my parents would not provide me with that high-end tech to get into it. But now that I'm older, I have it. But I just like don't have the whole... I don't have the experiences that everyone else grew up with now, so as an adult, I always kind of felt like a little bit of an outcast. That's one of the reasons why. That's not the only reason why, but that's one of the reasons why I've always felt like an outcast. But that's why Retro Gaming Plus is so special to me, the gaming stores, because they have all the games that I grew up knowing that everyone else could play it and I couldn't, and I spent money, man, buying those nostalgic retro gaming CDs because I knew everyone else grew up with those games and I couldn't play them. Yeah. Okay, rest use retirement, I guess those cost money. Okay, $7. $7, yeah, I could set aside $7 for that. Yeah, I could set aside $7 for that. Cool. I spend a lot more money on retro games. A lot of the retro games, some of the retro games are like that. I remember a lot of games used to actually have a pause button, so long as the game has like a pause button. Yeah, because when I was thinking about games, I was thinking about like Fortnite or Apex Legends. There's no way you can pause like Fortnite. You can't pause Fortnite. You can't walk away from Fortnite. You know, but there's a lot of games where you can walk away from or pause them, or like even the idle games. I didn't even realize idle games were a thing. Wow. I mean, this really changed things for me. So I could get that. load it off on the side, yeah, and really hopefully start to improve this, make a change here with the streams, because I've had a lot of people, they cost $7, yeah. Yeah, it does. Rusty's retirement. Yeah, it is, I don't know. That might be a bit pricey for that though, but like, on the description it says it costs $7 on YouTube. I'm getting that from YouTube though. I haven't verified that. I don't know, is that a fair price for that game? Oh, save 25%. Okay, it's on sale for $5.24 on Steam. It's actually $5.24 right now. That information was outdated. It's $5. Cheaper in your country? Oh. Yeah. I guess there's an inflation problem here. I guess inflation problems. Yeah. Yeah, I think we found one of the perfect games. I just wish it was more World of Warcraft or dungeon aesthetic, but I'm sure there's similar idle games. Yeah, I gotta look into more idle games. I'm sure there's similar ones. Maybe something that's more fitting for what my live stream is, but I think a lot of the regular games, especially like the retro games that I got, will actually do that. But to get access to the retro games to even play them, I have to set up virtual machines, and that's gonna take like at least a day. I've set up a Windows XP virtual machine before. I've set up a XP virtual machine before. But that computer actually had a bad graphics card. It had a bad GPU, so I lost it. Because I lost that whole Windows setup, and I lost the virtual machine along with it. So I have to do it all over again, of course. So that has to be done first so I can play the retro games. So but I realized it's like, oh, I can just start and stop the games and all of that, and I may be able to do the virtual machine setup on the side, you know, and I just gotta get started at some point, man. I just gotta get started as the thing. I know today I had a lot involved with, oh man, I had quite a day today. I wasted my time here in OBS changing my streaming format. I made some signs. I made these dumb signs, man. I placed these signs here, these dumb signs with all this. I spent hours doing all this crap. But then somebody complained about it immediately and I got rid of it. I realized I could just pin a comment. It's because somebody suggested I make signs with the same disclaimer I have up top in OBS saying that I needed to keep it on the screen, but I realized that's not even helpful because not only does it look ugly, it would hinder any gameplay anyways. I realized it would hinder any gameplay, and I also had to figure out streaming on Kick from a MacBook. Mac OS is not a good operating system for streaming because it doesn't capture the system audio. The operating system is so locked down on Mac OS that like you can't capture the system audio, and to try to bypass that is like a hassle. And I had to have a disclaimer earlier on Kick about that like the audio wasn't working, that you had to go to YouTube. But I basically set up a Kick stream, and I said it should be 18 plus so that a lot of the inappropriate things that have been being written here, I would hope that some of those people would go to the Kick stream instead so that the general chat is not as heavy on the eyes. I'm hoping that some of that goes to Kick so that the general chat is not as heavy on the eyes, but I just want to show that I'm trying to do something basically. I discussed it with a few people, and I just want to show that, hey, you know, I'm addressing it in some way I'm addressing it in some way. I have a disclaimer now too, that viewer discussion is advice. So, I knew I couldn't, let things just keep going like that without trying to take some steps or trying to take some action to kind of like address that or to mitigate it. But yeah, my other problem is I have a content problem. I need to play some games, and I can multitask and play games. I realized that. I didn't know that I could, but I realized that I could. I just realized that I could. I had no idea that I could. Oh good, I just fixed my resume for this position, thank God. Best idle clicker games. There's videos about this on YouTube. I'm gonna open up Steam and look at idle games. I wonder if Roller Coaster Tycoon is like an idle game, because I have that. I have the original Roller Coaster Tycoon and the original Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. But I just can't access it because I have to like do a virtual machine first and then I'll be able to access it. I got exposed to a lot of games recently that I had no idea that they even existed. I went to the store, Retro Gaming Plus, and I learned all about it and I was like, holy crap, I didn't know all this stuff existed. Idle on the Idle RPG. Eagle Eyes Idle Clicker Games. So there's other types. It's not just Rusty's or Tyrant. Idle Caveminer is free. Oh, Caveminer, that might be more my style. Oh yeah, there's a dragon in it. Oh cool, yeah, this fits more in with my style. Okay. Oh cool. And this one's free. Idle Caveminer, this is free. Play game. Add to library. Now available in your Steam library. Oh sweet. Yeah, that's what I needed. I didn't even know that this was a possibility. I had no idea. And I have a lot of space too on my computer. I have tons of space now because I always had problems like playing games because not enough space, you know, and I've had years to resolve some of these issues. It's taken me years. Idle Caveminer. I'm gonna try opening this on the side. And then like if I could successfully open this on the side, I can put this in my stream. Oh cool, there it is. Okay. There it is. That's cool. Alright, I'm gonna see. Move my character over here. Yeah, I could keep this open on the side so that I don't have to be so boring. Yeah. Game capture, display capture. I'm gonna set it up as a window capture. Add existing window capture. Oh. Why is OBS always like placing my Photoshop in the window capture? The window capture glitches out. Okay. Steam Web Helper, exe, Steam. Oh, I have to do it as a game. Okay, it looks like I have to do it as a game. Okay, I have to do it as game capture. Game capture, create new game capture. Game capture 1, game capture 2. It should be game capture 2, no it isn't. Wait a minute. I'm gonna create new game capture. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. OBS is like... Create new game capture free. Capture a specific window. That's gonna be Idle Caveminer. Where's it? Okay, Idle Caveminer. Oh yeah, I brought it up. Okay, now I have to kill the music because this has music. This has music, so I don't want other music interfering with this. Yeah, that music should be in my stream now. Oh, man. I'm trying to figure out how to move everything. Oh, I got an idea. Oh, wait, I need to create a new scene. Yeah. I'm just going to create a new scene on OBS. That's a better idea. I'm just going to create a new scene. My whole night has been dedicated to like resolving streaming troubles and whatnot, reformatting. Like my whole night has been dedicated to that. I'm creating a new scene. I'm gonna call this new scene Caveminer because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the game be the background. Uh, yeah, game capture. Existing game capture. Game capture. That's how I get my avatar. I'm gonna shrink my avatar over here and then have the game here like what a standard VTuber would actually do. Um, and then I'm gonna set up that game capture one more time. Game capture 3. And I'm gonna have that behind. There we go. So now I can broadcast with this instead so that it's a little bit, yeah, it should be a little bit better now. Yeah, the only time may be an issue is if I want to listen to a video or something, but I'll figure it out. But my format that I had gone with prior sucks. I wonder if game capture audio is capturing. I wonder audio is capturing. I'm just gonna capture desktop audio anyways right now because I want to guarantee I'm doing the game capture here. I'm sure there's a way just to capture the game audio, but okay, I'll figure out how this works. You just click on these random stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Why is it as I shrink the window, the game capture is shrinking? Is this supposed to be off on this side? I can readjust that in OBS, that's fine. I'm sure there is a way to just capture the game audio and not have to worry about what's playing on my desktop. But I'm doing general desktop audio capture because I just set this up and it's late. For me, it's like 4 in the morning. Cool, okay. So I'm gonna go back to that job and I didn't know these type of games existed. Yeah, thanks man. I didn't know this existed. This will hopefully help make my streams a little more engaging, fix that problem a bit. This will hopefully be a good compromise for some people. I think this idle miner, if I don't click on it, it's still mining. Yes, it is. It's still mining even if I don't click on it. Yes. This is the shit. It's still mining even if I don't click on it. Yes. Yes, that's great. That's awesome. That's perfect. Well, I intend to play some other games as well. Hey, those will have to be, like, I'll have to pause them and come back or something. I'll figure it out. But this idle game will just go even if I don't click on it. Yeah, that way we have like a game capture, we have like a game so that people are not like bored and people are not as bored out of their skull. It still might be kind of boring and repetitive, but it's not as bad as what I had before. Oh my god, it's not gonna be as bad. And there's more than one idle game too. I just hope there's a way to only capture the game audio and then if I play other stuff in the background for that not to be captured, but yeah, come on. I mean, I even had a workaround for that before I figured out OBS. I mean, sometimes I would just play audio feeds on other PCs. Actually, my avatar should probably go off over here. Oh, this looks fun. Yeah, it's Idle Caveminer. It's an idle game where you don't have to even do anything. It's almost like a video that plays in the background that you don't have to do anything. But you can still interact with it, like I can click on it. You see, I can still click on it. But yeah, someone in the chat here introduced me to idle games, which hopefully is gonna help with my content problem, with my problem with just being really boring. Hopefully it's gonna help a bit. I mean, I understand even this kind of stuff can be boring to a lot of people, but hopefully it should help a little bit. And plus, I can actually recategorize my streams as being gaming to some extent, potentially. Like on TikTok, I can actually experiment with the gaming category more. But I mean, I have a lot of ritual games that I might be able to set on idle like this, or I might be able to pause them and come back. Like roleplay games, I might be able to pause them and actually come back. Okay, I finally submitted my job application, my god. It's like 4 in the morning. Passive gaming. I love this soundtrack. Sorry, I can't say it's 5:45 a.m. with me. Yeah, it's getting there for me too. Yeah, I just submitted a job application and they sent me a email saying they wanted me to do a questionnaire. I ain't bothering with that shit right now, man. It's like 4 in the morning. I have to apply for a job or jobs by a certain deadline to collect my unemployment insurance. So. I have to certify too, so yeah, I take care of applying for the jobs first or each week before I do certification. I should have done this shit a lot earlier, really. This is stuff I've been putting off, but I get really busy with my chat and I get really involved, and sometimes somebody says something and I take it personally and then it gets really heated, and sometimes it gets heated. Oh, I had a debate with some people last night. There were some people like, writing white supremacy stuff in my chat and racist stuff, it was like, oh my god, it was a train wreck last night. Technically the night before last night now because it's Sunday morning, but Friday night stream was a train wreck. Oh my god, that one was a train wreck too, but the one that I did earlier was just depressing because, like, I was being pressed to do, I was like being pressured to do in real life content and gotta do it now, and VR content and gotta do it now, and it was like really starting to bother me because I was like, why are you in here if you don't like my format? It was just like, it was really more so constructive criticism to change my format, but it kind of like had an undertone of like, made me question like, why is that person even here? But like, you know, anyhow, I think the heart of the issue, the whole problem is that my other format has been very boring. It's been very unengaging, it's been very boring, it's been very, and again, a lot of people go to sleep to my other stream that I did, my other format. I mean, still people could go to sleep to this, but it's a little bit better. It's a little better. I think this is a little better. I think this is a step in the right direction, and I could start to play some of my retro games. I could even play Cyberpunk, you know, as long as I could put it on pause. Yeah, I mean, I could actually start doing it because I never, you know, sometimes I don't think outside the box. Sometimes I'm very rigid and fixed in my thinking, and sometimes it takes that one person who bursts my bubble or to pop my bubble. Sometimes it takes that one person to burst my bubble or to pop my bubble to get me to change because I'm very rigid in my thinking sometimes and very stubborn, and I'm open doing some in real life cosplay streams. I mean, that's something that I had thought about, but it's more so in the background. I didn't intend on doing that immediately and wasn't ready to do that immediately really, but that's why I made the plastic mask partially, is to do that and feel comfortable. But I would also wear the other mask too, the Squidward mask that everybody loves. I would wear that first, but yeah, you know, I'd have to balance it out with my life and other stuff, you know. And if I'm doing a VR stream or in real life stream, usually that's all you know, that's what I'm prioritizing, and sometimes that's all I'll get done for the whole day. And then I'll be really tired after that. And yeah, a lot of times on those days I don't really get anything else done when the streaming is like super involved, but right now I have the biggest captive audience, so this would be the best moment to do a cosplay IRL stream because I have justification where as long as I'm guaranteed viewers, like every time I stream are guaranteed chat, you know, there's a reason to do it. I mean, what would happen if nobody came in is I would just like quit after a certain time. I would just quit the stream. I would just stop the stream after a certain amount of time with the IRL costume stuff and then get out of it, you know. But I have people now begging me to do in real life costume stream, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not ready. And I just kind of felt like, oh, if you don't do it now, you're going to lose your entire audience or something. Entire audience, yeah, right. But I'd love to expand my viewers, though, but it's not something I could do every day. I can't do it every day, you know, that's the thing. I kind of felt like I was on the hot seat because I can't do that every day, you know, and then so the person was kind of pressuring me to do VR and to do IRL costume content every day. But I think what has been really the underlying problem is just my streams have been like very boring, very dry, but this idle gaming stuff kind of fixes that bit. It helps. I don't know if it entirely fixes the issue, but it helps a bit. But I could also like open up Cyberpunk, interact with it, and minimize it too. I could do stuff like that. I'm thinking of doing that with a lot of my retro games, just kind of like interacting with them and then minimizing them. But I don't know if Roller Coaster Tycoon is like an idle game, but I have the original Roller Coaster Tycoons on CD because I bought them. I have a ton of retro gaming CDs, like so many, but I have to set up a virtual machine. But those are games I never got to play when I was a kid, and I wanted to play them, so it's something I feel kind of passionate about. It's kind of something that's near and dear to my heart because I wanted to play those games when I was a kid really badly, and I never got to. And yeah, and then other people, I grew up, other people played those games. I didn't get to grow up with a lot of the popular titles like everybody else did, like GTA. I don't like GTA. Oh, yeah. I never played it, dude, so I don't even know. I've seen Jojo Bizarre Adventure. I've seen Castlevania. I've seen a little bit of One Piece. I've seen a little bit of Dragon Ball. I grew up with watching Pokemon a little bit. I think it's part 1 because of Cars, but I also like Jotaro as well. I think that's part 2. Yeah, there's a lot of idle RPGs that would fit in. It's I just downloaded this really quickly to try to get something on it. Oh my god, there's a lot of free idle games that would actually fit in with my aesthetic. Wow. Yeah. As far as when I started earlier today, yes. If you count the last stream, yes. I gotta sleep at some point. I'll fall asleep, so I get kinda sleepy, so I should be back tomorrow. I can maybe keep a game like this running in the background while I'm like composing music or something like that, or yeah. When I'm composing music, I usually want it to be interactive, but I don't know. Yeah, these idle games have kind of changed the way I do things to a degree. Oh, you can even disable the audio, so like if I'm like recording music, I can disable the audio. Yeah, I can disable the audio if I'm running the music. I mean, if I'm recording music. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. Because I may not want to necessarily be listening to it if I'm recording music, and I could just, I could easily record any of these games sound. If it's a loop like this, I could easily like import it into OBS as a MP3 file loop and rip it off the game. Some of these soundtracks or the games, I could easily rip them off of the game and just import them into OBS and have them loop without having to actually listen to it, so that if I'm recording music, I can do that. Okay, this is great. Ah, man, I wish I would have known about this earlier. It would have saved me a lot of trouble. Howard, I gotta end this thing. I gotta go to bed, you know. I'm glad that I had some help coming up with a solution that is effective, so it helps spruce it up a bit. I mean, some people still may find it boring, depends. This one's very relaxing and hypnotic. I had to see, there's another one I looked into called Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms, but there's a lot of Forgotten Realms, yeah, that's Dungeons and Dragons. Well, that fits with, oh my god, that more than fits in with me. That's what I'm about. Yeah. There's a lot of games that would actually fit in with my aesthetic that are idle, so that it's perfect instead of just having some like static background. Oh my god. Yeah, because I didn't even know about this. Yeah. Alright. Where was I?